Hey Sharon, so I'm having an issue with one of my team members. She's negative and stubborn and defensive in meetings, and after one I grabbed her in the hallway and let her know that she's, stubborn and defensive, and of course she became stubborn and defensive. So I was wondering how I can talk to her to get around that and not bring up these negative issues.
Yeah, great question, Michael. A couple of things. First, think about where you have the conversation. So probably grabbing her in the hallway is not the best place because it's a public place, people can come by, so she'll feel a little bit vulnerable there. So I'd set a meeting and have it in a private place. And then the second is the way in which you actually share the feedback with her, the request you're making. And I use an approach, I would recommend to you an approach called Situation, Behavior, Impact Request, SBIR. So let's go through those four. First, situation. Describe the situation that you saw this behavior occur in. So in this case, you might say, in the meeting that we had on Tuesday, for instance, that's the situation. Second, describe the behavior in very specific terms. Don't use a label like you were defensive or resistant, because of course they're going to say, no, I wasn't, right? What you want to do is describe the behavior that she exhibited that you interpreted as defensive. Could be other people interpreted it that way too, but you'll get further if you just describe the behavior. If you say something like, when you interrupted Sheila.
Okay.
That's B. I, which is the impact that it had on you, describe the impact it had on you. So for instance, maybe you wanted to hear Sheila's ideas and you didn't because Sheila stopped talking after she interrupted her. And then lastly, R is for request. So make a request about how you would like her to handle these situations in the future. So you might say, in the future, when somebody is saying something, even if it's something you've disagreed with, I'd appreciate it if you would let them continue speaking. So make that request at the end. And if you do those four things, it's much easier for people to hear the request and the advice.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm going to go give that a shot now.
Great.